In chapter 57 of The Count of Monte Cristo, Valentine and Maximilian meet again at the wall. Maximilian has heard that Franz will be returning from Italy. Valentine says her stepmother opposes the marriage, but only because she wants Valentine to enter the convent. In that case, her son Edward would inherit the substantial fortune that Valentine would give up. They talk about Eugenie Danglars, who is also unhappy about marriage plans. Valentine says Eugenie objects, not necessarily because she dislikes Albert, but because she simply does not ever want to marry. Eugenie wants to be independent and free, to live an artistic life. Maximilian tells Valentine that he'd like to tell his friend Monte Cristo about his love for her. The Count could help them be together. But Valentine expresses strong distrust for the Count, partly because of his seeming friendship with her stepmother. Even her father and Edward admire him. Maximilian praises the Count's love of helping those in need, but Valentine replies that he has never shown the slightest interest in her, in spite of her lonely position in a household where she's ignored by her father and hated by her stepmother. Maximilian reluctantly agrees to keep their love a secret. In chapter 58 of The Count of Monte Cristo, while Valentine and Maximilian talk in the garden, Villefort and his wife go to old Nautier, Villefort's paralyzed father, who cannot speak, but he can use his eyes to communicate. Valentine, Villefort, and his servant have worked out a system for understanding what the old man wants to communicate. Villefort tells Nautier that they plan to have Valentine married in 3 months' time to Franz d'Epinay. Nautier and Franz's father had been political enemies, and it was suspected that General d'Epinay's murderers, who were never caught, had been allied with Nautier. Villefort tells his father that he thought those who knew they committed the crime should be happy that the marriage would extinguish suspicion. The Villeforts leave, telling a furious Nautier they'll send Valentine to his room. When she sees how upset he is, Valentine tells her grandfather that she's only just learned of the marriage plans. She says she doesn't love Franz and wants to stop the marriage. Nautier indicates that he has a plan that might help. He communicates to the servant that he wants to see a notary right away. In chapter 59 of The Count of Monte Cristo, with the notary, Villefort, and his wife present, Valentine proves to the notary that Nautier really can communicate his wishes. Valentine asks questions, and Nautier blinks once to signal yes, and several times to signal no. For keywords, Valentine goes through the alphabet until Nautier blinks yes, and then they spell out the word in the same way. In his will, Nautier specifies that Valentine will only inherit his fortune if she does not marry Franz. If she does marry him, Nautier's fortune will be given to the poor. Villefort is furious, but he declares he will still require Valentine to marry Franz.